Going live now. Okay. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm Nina Yang, and I'm going to be the host for this evening. Here's my co-host, Yang Huat. Yeah. So we'd like to welcome you to the 7th Singapore Institute of Planners Award 2021 Award Presentation Ceremony. This award is organized once every 2 years, and this award recognizes firms, urban planning firms, urban design firms, and allied professionals who share the same values as SIP. Well, that of planning being multidisciplinary and inclusive. Planning is for long term, and planning is to build capacity, and planning is for livability, sustainability, and resiliency. And tonight also, to share more about SIP with you, let me first welcome on stage our President of Singapore Institute of Planners, Mr. Wilfred Lu, to give us the opening address.
Thank you. Pardon me, I was given permission to just take up my mask for my speech, otherwise I can't breathe. Okay, good evening, everyone. First of all, on behalf of Singapore Institute of Planners, I would like to extend a very, very warm welcome to our guest of honor, the Second Minister of National Development and the Second Minister of Finance, Minister Indrani Raja. Thank you, Minister, for gracing our event online this evening. A very warm welcome to our Chief Planner and DCO of URA, Ms. Huang Yuning, who has kindly joined us in person this evening. We welcome also our distinguished guests who are all joining us online, the CEO of URA, Mr. Lim Meng Hui, CEO of HDB, Mr. Tan Meng Dui, ACO JTC, Mr. David Tan, CEO LTA, Mr. Ng Lang, CEO NParks, Mr. Kenneth Also, Executive Director of Centre of Livable Cities, Mr. Hugh Lim, Director Enterprise Singapore, Mr. Yeo Chun Jin, Director Design Singapore, Mr. Mark Wee, and not forgetting the stalwart of our planning fraternity, Dr. Liu Tai-ke, Chairman of Moro. Next, I would like to welcome and thank all our judges for their time, hard work, and support. And with special appreciation to our judges from overseas, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Japan. We welcome institutes of higher learning, the Masters of Urban Planning degree program at NUS, the Masters of Architecture and Urban Design degree program at NUS. Greetings also to our overseas friends and collaborators, the City Planning Institute of Japan, the Hong Kong Institute of Planners, the HKIS Planning Development Division, Malaysia Institute of Planners, IAP Indonesia, PIEP Philippines, and all our new friends from the ASEAN communities. Last but not least, to each and every one of you professional planners and allied professionals who are involved in doing planning work and projects, whether you are based in Singapore or overseas, and to all our partners and friends, a very warm welcome to the 7th SIP Planning Awards 2021. At this juncture, I would also like to express my heartfelt thanks to SIP's 7th Planning Awards Committee, chaired by Ms. Nina Yang, for all their hard work in making the Planning Awards and this evening possible. My appreciation also to the SIP Council members and various other committees and staff for the invaluable support, hard work, and dedication to the mission of SIP throughout the past year. For those of you who are not acquainted with SIP, allow me to give you a very quick and brief introduction of SIP. The Singapore Institute of Planners is a professional organization established way back in 1971 by our first generation planners in Singapore, who saw a need to create a professional fraternity for the practicing planners here. So this year, 2021, actually marks SIP's 50th anniversary. Thank you. So SIP is dedicated to the advancement of sustainable urban and regional planning with a view to create better communities and environments. The objectives of the Institute are to promote urban and regional developments that are in the best interests of our community, promote and foster continuing professional development in urban and regional planning and related fields, raise the profiles of our members, and secure the advancement of our members in the field of urban and regional planning. SIP also collaborates with the planners and academies of the government planning agencies under the Ministry of National Development, including the URA, HDB, and the Center for Livable Cities. It also collaborates with the planners of the JTC Core under the Ministry of Trade and Industry, MTI. In addition, the Institute is a member of the Design Singapore Council, which is with the Economic Development Board under MTI as well. SIP also seeks advice and assistance from Enterprise Singapore on its journey towards the future certification of its planners. SIP also collaborates with the planning and related faculties of the National University of Singapore, the Singapore University of Technology and Design, and James Cook University, their campus here. At present, SIP has 270 members. Our planning fraternity may be small, but our reach is global. Regionally, SIP maintains ties with the professional planning institutes of ASEAN countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, and others. Over the last 2 years, we have signed MOUs with our counterpart institutes in Hong Kong and Japan, which has resulted in joint programs being organized, programs of mutual interest for our respective organizations. For your information, we will also be signing an MOU with MIP later this month. SIP continues to maintain ties with the Royal Town Planning Institute of the United Kingdom, the American Planning Association, and AICP, and the Planning Institute of Australia. The Institute is also a corporate member of the Commonwealth Association of Planners and a member of the Eastern Regional Organization for Planning and Human Settlements. I hope this short introduction lets you know SIP better, and you are invited to learn more about SIP in our website. Tonight's highlight is the SIP Planning Awards, which recognizes urban planners, urban designers, and allied professionals in the public and private sectors for their excellence in both local as well as overseas planning projects. Winning projects are acknowledged to be models for the planning and design profession in Southeast Asia and the region. The SIP Planning Awards this year has received 93 submissions, our record so far, for planning and urban design projects in Singapore, China, Indonesia, Vietnam, Africa, Kazakhstan, and even Turkey. Submissions were received for all the 10 categories. The submissions were judged based on 5 criteria: originality and innovation, 25%, planning approach and methodology, 25%, sustainability in social, environmental, and economic considerations, 25%, implementability of the project, 15%, presentation and graphics, that is clarity of communication and quality of the visuals, 10%. All the 93 entries went through 2 rounds of judging under their respective categories by the panel of judges and via online e-judging platform, as well as online Zoom deliberations amongst the judges. The entire judging process took a month to complete. There was an overall improvement in the quality of submissions received this year. Many submissions ticked most of the required boxes, and so these form the expected norm now. So the winning entries then were the noteworthy entries, those with extra special qualities, which made them stand out from the others. For those who did not win an award tonight, do not be disheartened. Your participation alone shows your determination to strive for excellence, and I wish you will fare better the next time. Finally, I'm pleased to announce that for the 7th SIP Planning Awards 2021, we will be presenting a total of 10 gold awards, 4 silver awards, 4 bronze awards, 9 special mentions across the 10 categories, and the first ever SIP Young Planner of the Year Award. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Wilfred. Okay, I would like to just introduce our guest of honor. We are very honored tonight to have ministers in the Prime Minister's office, Second Minister for Finance, and Second Minister for National Development, Ms. Indranee Rajah, to actually grace this event. But unfortunately today, because we have a tighter SMM, so we have already gotten a pre-record video from her at her office. So let's look at the video right now.
A very good evening to all of you. Allow me to begin by congratulating all the award winners here tonight. You have all done very well, and I look forward to seeing more great work from you in years to come. Today, allow me to share my thoughts about the importance of urban planning. First, what is urban planning exactly? Many definitions of urban planning abound, and I'm sure that all of us have our own preferred one, but do bear with me as I share my own. Urban planning can be understood as the science of wielding public policy to shape and interweave public and private spaces with the aim of helping all citizens thrive. Urban planners like yourselves, therefore, play an exceptionally important role. By wielding a mixture of rationality and creativity, you put in place plans that create the optimal conditions to maximize human flourishing, not just for the privileged, but for everyone. There are many examples throughout history that illustrate the great positive impact that urban planners can bring about. Even in ancient cities, urban planners were deeply influential. Take Hippodamus of Miletus, for instance, who utilized the grid layout in the 5th century BC. His simple yet effective design of laying out streets intersecting at right angles introduced order, uniformity, and convenience. It was eventually used in many great ancient cities, such as Antioch and Alexandria. Even today, we see the influence of his principles when we walk the streets of famous cities like Manhattan and Barcelona. Another more modern example of the importance of planners is the industrial cities of the 20th century. In many cities across the West, rapid industrialization sped up the pace of urban crowding and led to a rise in pollutive commercial activity. This caused an increase in disease and a decrease in life expectancy. Despite space constraints, urban planners had to quickly design ways to mitigate these negative externalities. For instance, residential areas were quickly moved away from industrial facilities and comprehensive sewer systems were implemented, bringing about great improvements in public health. Indeed, these efforts are echoed today by our planners' work to ensure that our public spaces can be safer and our communities more resilient in the face of current and future pandemics. In fact, I would say that the Singapore urban planning journey is perhaps the prime example of the importance of urban planning. To me, it illustrates perhaps the most fundamental aspect of planning, making the most of the cards we are dealt with. Since independence, we were faced with a set of daunting circumstances. Our urban areas were overcrowded, susceptible to fires and floods, and pests were rampant. But we also had some distinct advantages. As an island nation, we were surrounded by waters that made good harbors, and we benefited economically from being located along the Straits of Malacca. In this regard, we were fortunate to have had wise planners who deftly employed our limited land and resources to position our nation in a manner which compensated for our weaknesses and emphasized our strengths. We built thousands of flats and meticulously planned townships to provide quality homes and living environments for our citizens, removing the health hazards associated with living in slums. We also capitalized on our geographical location by investing heavily. Simple in hindsight, they were far from easy ones. For instance, our planners made the bold decision to move our airport from Paya Lebar to Changi. By doing so, we moved disamenities such as noise pollution away from residential areas towards the sea, improving the quality of life of residents in the Geylang and Katong region. Today, we benefit from a world-class airport in Changi, whilst Geylang and Katong are home to many who enjoy the rich heritage and amenities in the neighborhood. While it seems today that this may have been an obvious move, back then, this was considered a very costly investment. It also was perceived as extremely risky, as the airport at Paya Lebar was already doing quite well. Today, our planners continue to draw up plans that are just as bold. We are building a megaport that our planners can reshape. This will allow future Singaporeans to benefit from a brand new, redeveloped Greater Southern Waterfront. While these moves are costly, we are willing to make them with conviction because we believe that these plans can bring great benefits to citizens of today as well as citizens of tomorrow. At this juncture, allow me to revisit a previous point. Earlier, I described urban planning as the science of putting in place plans that create the optimal conditions for citizens. But I think this is perhaps missing something because plans in themselves cannot create conditions if they remain on paper. They must be effectively implemented. Robust legislation and regulation are thus important ingredients for our detailed plans to become reality. But we also need other conditions to be in place to ensure that urban planners themselves can thrive as they plan, and the government's role has always been to ensure these conditions are in place. For instance, because long-term planning, ironically, requires great responsiveness to shifting trends, we must also ensure the overarching circumstances afford our planners maximum flexibility to adapt plans. In this regard, our Planning Act is carefully crafted to ensure that the master plan is not only legally binding, but also regularly reviewed and able to be modified quickly in a transparent manner. Beyond good legislation, political stability is another key ingredient. By nature, planning has a time horizon stretching forward for decades. In many cities, this means that effective planning is often stymied by external factors such as frequent changes in city government. In contrast, while our government here has evolved over the years, we have been careful to manage this evolution to provide stability. I believe this has, to a great extent, contributed to the success of our urban planning here in Singapore. These conditions are necessary because urban planning by nature is concerned with realizing benefits in the long term rather than short term. For instance, we spend significant amounts and put up with years of construction-related inconveniences whenever we build new MRT stations and lines. Citizens bear the load today so that future generations can benefit from more space and better transport networks. 20 years of planning, I'm sure that, like me, time lag goes against people's innate desire for instant gratification. Hence, as a government, we have always sought to find ways to ameliorate this temporal tension. One way is by ensuring that our fiscal situation does not force us to sacrifice long-term investments. In this regard, the government has consistently been responsible stewards of our country's finances, thereby ensuring we do not need to pawn the happiness of future generations to pay for the excesses of today. Besides fiscal prudence, we've also put in place specific measures to better spread the fiscal burden temporally. For instance, earlier this year, we introduced the Significant Infrastructure Government Loan Act, or SINGA, which paved the way for the government to pay for major national infrastructure projects through borrowing. This move allows us to spread lumpy upfront costs over many years so that we can finance significant long-term infrastructure in a manner that is equitable across generations. All these moves have created conditions that I believe empowers our planners here to exercise their ingenuity to the utmost, which ultimately benefits Singaporeans for multiple generations. But regardless of our efforts, as planners, we recognize that we cannot fully erase this fundamental trade-off between the present and future. So we must continually build up public trust in our plans so that citizens are willing to put up with some pains in the present to safeguard a brighter future for coming generations. This can only be done through constant dialogue with citizens and planners from the private sector. We recognize this, and that is why we are empowering our planners by purposefully placing a strong emphasis on meaningful and in-depth public engagement during the ongoing Long-Term Plan Review, or LTPR. The LTPR is URA's latest review of Singapore's long-term land use plans, which guide development over the next 50 years. Even more so than in past reviews, our planners are faced with increasing uncertainties, game-changing trends, and competing land demands. To make the trade-offs in the wisest fashion, they need to understand and empathize with the fears and aspirations of every segment of society. Thus, we are conducting numerous polls, dialogues, and workshops to hear from as many citizens as possible from all walks of life. Many of you have participated in the online polls URA conducted, and I would like to thank you for the support. We're aiming for our LTPR engagement efforts to reach as many people as possible. Hence, I was glad to hear that SIP is organizing your own conversations to discuss ideas or proposals for URA to consider. Please feel free to let my URA colleagues know how we can support this. Your views, both as professionals with diverse experience and expertise in the planning community and as Singaporeans, play an important role in shaping the future of Singapore. I look forward to you contributing your thoughts and ideas to the LTPR. Indeed, to achieve the optimal outcomes, it's imperative that planners from both the private and public sectors collaborate. In this regard, I'm glad that we have been able to work out a way for SIP and URA to collaboratively plan for the future of the Paya Lebar Air Base area. As the air base will only be phased out after 2030, the collaboration provides a good platform to make use of the long lead time to gather ideas and reimagine how the area can be reshaped into a great place to live, work, and play. It's exciting to hear that SIP, together with the Singapore Institute of Architects, or SIA, has already formed 2 core teams to develop 2 alternative concept master plans. I look forward to seeing some of these findings shared with the public next year so that we can better incorporate the hopes and aspirations of our citizens to create better urban spaces for our future generations. I sincerely hope that this collaboration will be the harbinger of many, many projects that bring together private and public sector planning professionals and builds partnerships that last for many years to come. At this juncture, I would also like to thank the SIP for their contributions to the field of planning in Singapore. SIP plays a vital role in nurturing talent and promoting excellence in the field of urban and regional planning. This planning award, as well as other initiatives, such as the joint talks with industry experts and planning courses, have contributed to the growth and high standards of planning professionalism in Singapore. Besides this, SIP also encourages collaboration and strengthens networks and friendships between planners, as well as with stakeholders across all allied disciplines. This, in turn, contributes to the vibrancy and dynamism of the entire profession. I urge the Institute to continue its good work. The government will continue to work together with you to promote excellence in the planning profession. To conclude, I think it's worth reiterating that Singapore is a city-state that is not just constantly being recreated, but more importantly, constantly being co-created. To plan for a brighter future, we need all stakeholders from both public and private sectors to work closely together. As we look ahead to the decades to come, we see a very different set of circumstances and challenges as compared to what has come before. Our plans must account for major trends such as an aging population, game-changing technological developments, and the existential threats such as climate change. COVID-19 has also accelerated some changes in how we live, work, and play. For instance, telecommuting, online shopping, and food delivery are becoming the default way of life for an increasing proportion of our population. We are seeing a renewed appreciation for outdoor parks and open spaces. This means that we may need to tweak our plans to accommodate new forms of urban logistics, more green spaces, and rising demand for more roomy apartments, as some of these trends will likely persist beyond the pandemic. These ever-shifting trends will pose uncertainties that will be difficult to plan for, but I have great faith in the abilities of our local planners. Just as Singapore's urban development today bears testament to the foresight of our past planners, I believe that the Singapore of the future will inspire appreciation in the future generations of Singaporeans who will benefit from the plans that we are crafting today. I wish you all good health and a hearty congratulations once again to the award recipients. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister, for the very inspiring, earnest, and encouraged speech. We also took the opportunity yesterday to present a token of appreciation to the Minister. Yeah, it's from the Enabling Village, with the street scenes of Chinatown. Held. Next slide, please. Okay. Well, although the Planning Award is held once every 2 years, the planning of the award actually tests our planning skill, and it takes a full year to do this. We started as early as middle of last year, and then by January, we announced the award. In April, we received the registration. In July, we had all the submissions came in. And then the COVID meant that we have to do everything online, sorting online, judging online. I think CP Yuning was very much with us on this journey. It was a very busy July and August month. And just when we thought everything was over, we found that this organizing of this award ceremony was even harder. First, it was supposed to be a dinner, and then our hotel got requisited as a quarantine hotel. Then URA was very nice to give us this hall. And then until last week, we had to tighten the attendance. And hence today, our VIPs are watching us on live streaming. This first time we are doing live streaming, so please excuse us for some of these glitches. Yeah, and our judges will also be watching online. Yeah. So it's so happy to be able to still see you here in the function hall today. Yep. Let me also introduce my members of the committee. It is 5 ladies and 1 rose. Yeah. It's me, Yang Huat, and then Xiao Qing, who is joining us online, Esther here with us, and then Ms. Bong and Ms. Shara here. Yeah. Okay, I would also like to introduce our very distinguished panel of judges, but before I do that, let Yang Huat, yeah.
Hello. Hi. So, last 2 years has been so difficult, right, for most of us. So SIP has actually taken this opportunity to reflect on how COVID-19 has affected or impacted our lives, our economy, and the environment that we work, live, play in. And at the same time, most importantly, we have also reflected or even discussed on how urban planners can work closely with our allied professionals, such as urban designers, architects, or even consultants alike, to tackle long-standing issues like the environmental sustainabilities, climate change, as well as to keep tab on current trends that are relating to the built environment, such as the big data, urban analytics, etc. Okay, so we, SIP, appreciate not just the urban planners, but also the allied professionals' role in making the planning fraternity a very robust and sustainable one. So with that in mind, we have made quite a substantial change in the awards category this year, this round. So you can see that over here, you can see that we actually not just honor the project, but also the people itself. So we are proud to introduce to you this 11 category of awards. And the last one being the Young Planners, which is the Young Planners of the Year, which is the inaugural award that we have introduced this round. Okay.
We'd also like to introduce our very distinguished panel of judges. They are all coming from government agencies, from the academia, and fellow practitioners. We have Chief Planner, Chief Urban Designer, Yuning and Siu-Ling from URA, Dr. Evans from LTA, Xiao Yong from SLA, Michael from CLC. As presidents have mentioned, this year we have judges from our collaborator partners from Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Japan. So Kyra, Margaret, Aya-san, and Motoko-san, good evening to you. Thank you for watching us online. And from the academia, we have Mr. Koo Ting Chai, we have Jeffrey, we have Dr. Jonas. We also have fellow practitioner architects like Mr. Ho Wing Hin. And we have CEO of Science Center, Teck Ming, who also joined us because even though he's not from our profession, but we think that planning touches our lives so broadly, we want him to join us in one of the category as a judges. Yep. The judges have been most accommodating, having to peer through as many as 30 submissions, and mind you, these are big planning submissions online, and then over the weekends, and then taking precious time over lunch, over Zoom calls to deliberate on the final results. For the Young Planners of the Year award, aside from, yeah, okay. Yeah, what?
Very quickly, the 5 criteria that we set for the evaluation of projects: originality and innovation, planning, urban design approach and methodology, core values demonstration, implementability, as well as presentation and graphics. I think, but what's interesting is that this round we have gone digital in a way that this is actually a example of the online platform or judging platform that we procure. This is actually what we call the stage 1, where it's an asynchronous judging process where the judges goes online and actually do their assessment and grades the projects accordingly. The program or the software would tabulate and rank this project according to their gradings. So the top 30%, sorry, the top 30% will move on to the stage 2. Okay, so stage 2 is asynchronous, no, it's synchronous now, which means that we actually have different panels to actually get together in a Zoom meeting, and we look at the project in detail, the 30%, the top 30%, and then deliberate on which one is the winner. So this process is actually quite vigorous, and I'm also one of the facilitators, and I learn a lot from the panels. So this is how we actually go through the judging process.
And then for the Young Planners of the Year Award, aside from the nomination put up by the nominees, we also conducted online interview to seek the qualities outlined in the judging criteria, mainly seeking for their commitment, for their contribution, for their communication skills, the leadership skill, and how they perform as a role model. Okay, I think we've spent about 40 minutes. Yeah, the firms must be in suspense because we have embargoed the outcome of the judging until this evening. To present the awards for the first 5 categories, let me invite on stage Chief Planner URA, Ms. Huang Yuning. Okay, the first category of award is Excellence in Planning for Sites Larger than 5,000 hectares. This award is for a plan that demonstrates innovations and excellence in developing livable communities that are economic engines at regional level. Applications may include, but not limited to, visioning and comprehensive planning of large, new and or existing urban areas and growth corridors supported by clear regional economic development strategies. Let us look at the submission entries. Okay, the judges deliberated hard and long and agreed that there will be more than one award. So the first award, the Gold Award, goes to Kigali City Master Plan Review, Rwanda, by Savannah Jurong Consultants Private Limited. Okay, look at the camera there as well. Yeah, it's for the live stream. Yes, yes. Okay, the Silver Award goes to Highly Interactive and Innovative Districts, Ho Chi Minh City by Sasaki and NCT Urban Solutions. Now for the Bronze Award goes to the Spatial Development Strategic Planning of Yuzhong Ecological Innovation City by RSP Architects, Planners and Engineers Private Limited. And we also like to recognize two projects with special mentions. There are, the first one is Bangtree Strategic Vision Plan by NCT Urban Solutions and Roland Berger, sorry. Okay, and the other project is, pardon my pronunciation, is New Dien Beng Agri-Aqua Urbanism, a peri-urban interface by My Heart, Singapore Private Limited.
Right. The second category is excellent in planning for site larger than 500 hectare, but up to or equal to 5,000 hectare, so the site is bigger. This award is for a plan that demonstrates innovation and excellence in developing livable communities at district level. Applications may include, but are not limited to visioning, planning and development of township, industrial parks, and urban centers. Let's look at the submission entries. The Gold Award goes to Tengah Master Plan by HDB. Congratulations. The Silver Award goes to the Conceptual Planning and Urban Design of Wenzhou Eastern New City by RSP Architects, Planners and Engineers. And the last award for this category, the Bronze Award goes to Walini TOD Master Plan 2035 by Sabana Jurong. Congratulations.
Okay, next, excellence in planning for sites less than and up to 500 hectares. This award is also for a plan that demonstrates innovation and excellence in developing livable communities at neighborhood and/or district level. Applications may include, but not limited to, visioning, planning, and development of townships, industrial parks, and urban centers. Let us look at the submission entries. Okay, the Gold Award goes to Seletar Aerospace Park Master Plan by JTC Corporation. Congratulations. The Silver Award goes to Back to Watertown Dreamland by Dian Xibo District Plan by SCP Consultants Private Limited. And the Bronze Award goes to Orchard Road Rejuvenation Study by Sistri Private Limited. And we have one other submission which the judges also agree deserves special mention. The project is, again, pardon my pronunciation, concept planning for 2 industrial sites at Natur and Namor, Laos by Sabana Jurong Consultants Private Limited.
Okay, the next 2 categories are on urban design. So we'll begin with the excellent in urban design in placemaking and public space category. This award is for a plan that demonstrates innovative urban design principles that curate delightful urban experience of a locale with the emphasis on the development of the place character and a sense of identity that's unique to the people and the place itself. The project shall display the critical and positive role played by the planners and or urban designers in such undertaking. This category received the largest number of submissions, so the video is going to be pretty long. Right. So, well, it's really a very tough process, judging process, because the number of projects entries are so many, and they're all very good. So the judges actually, they're quite, they take on the challenge and they say, okay, let's just find the best out of all this, you know. So they have all agreed that we will only have 1 Gold Award and 2 special mention. Okay, so let's see who is the Gold Award winner. The Gold Award winner goes to Detailed Urban Space Planning of Old City Renewal Group in Yinping District by School of Architecture, Huaqiao University. Unfortunately, the winner, he's in China, he's based in China, he can't be here tonight with us. So we have actually got him to pre-record his speech. But unfortunately, the audio is a little bit, it's not so clear with some echo. So do look at the subtitle that's provided. Thank you.
各位嘉宾，大家晚上好，我叫吴少红，我的团队来自中国华侨大学建筑学院，非常荣幸我们的作品获得了本次城市设计公共空间类的金奖，但也非常遗憾，我们没有办法去新加坡参加本次颁奖典礼。厦门是美丽的滨海城市，银屏片区是厦门的起源地，拥有独特的魅力。这个奖项应该跟当地的居民、水产品市场的工人以及当地政府一起分享，这是集体的荣耀。谢谢大家，欢迎大家来华侨大学。
I think they are watching online right now, so I really want to congrats them for the very successful scheme. Okay, we do have another 2 special mention award winners. So the first winner to be awarded special mention is North Dalat District by NCT Urban Solution. Congratulations. And the second project with special mention goes to the conceptual planning of Zhuhai Xiangzhou District Green Connector Network by RSP Architects, Planners, and Engineers. Congratulations again.
Okay, next category is excellence in urban design, heritage and conservation. This award is for a plan that demonstrates innovative urban design principles that curate the delightful urban experience of a locale with a strong emphasis on the design response to the historical and cultural significance of a given period. An in-depth analysis of the urban morphology of the area where the plan is located will be highly regarded, and the project shall exemplify a sensitive approach towards respecting and preserving urban fabric, and in so doing, bring about a positive change in the wider urban environment. The submission entries are okay. And the Gold Award, actually for this category, the judges decided on 2 Gold Awards. So the first Gold Award goes to Conceptual Master Plan for the Beijing Zhangjiakou Railway Heritage Park by China Architecture, Design and Research Group. Again, they are not able to be here, but we have got a recording from them, and I'm sure they are watching us online now as well.
大家好，京张铁路遗址公园的核心价值在于对遗址的静态保护、文化演绎和活化体验之思考，强调与城市更新、区域创新激活、便民生活服务深度融合，实现遗址的价值，推动区域的可持续发展。中国建筑设计研究院团队将持续践行这一理念。感谢主办方和京张团队，感谢韩电分局的大力支持，谢谢。
Well, look at the numbers of awards on the wall, huh? Yeah. Okay, then the other gold award goes to the revival of Red Flag Porcelain Factory, also by China Architecture, Design and Research Group. Yeah. Congratulations again, CADG.
陶瓷，东方文明的象征，德化中国瓷都，百尺故里。 红旗磁场见证了一座城市与陶瓷艺术的变迁，通过废弃磁场的激活，带动城市更新，提高人民福祉，为城市可持续发展而设计。我们是中国建筑设计研究院的设计团队，感谢新加坡规划师协会。
Wow, I wish they could be here. Yeah. And we have another submission in this category that deserves a special mention. Well, it's also from CADG. It's the conservation planning of Xi'an Village, Wulijie Town, Yongchun County, Fujian Province. We had a...
大家好，我们来自中国建筑设计研究院。
很高兴在泉州新晋入选世界遗产名录之际，收到组委会对泉州西安村保护设计项目的专业鼓励。
特别感谢新加坡文化协会授予我这个奖项。
这不仅是对我们项目组的肯定，更是我们团队发展的动力。
欢迎大家来泉州西安村。
Okay, we'd like to thank Chief Planner for giving out the awards for the 5 category. Thank you so much, Yuning. Next, we are going to present 4 categories which evolve around new topics of sustainability, resiliency, and innovation. But we don't have that many entries for these few categories. Therefore, we are combining them into one video. But the presentation will be in stages. So let's look at the video. Before announcing the winners, can we invite President of SIP, Mr. Wilfred Liu, to be on the stage to present this award for us? Wilfred, please. Thank you. The 6th category award is Excellent in Planning for Environmental Resiliency. This award is for a plan that demonstrates innovative approach and design solutions in mitigating risks, adapting to changes, and supporting environmental sustainability in the face of disruptive events. Such events include not only climatic and natural disaster, but also negative impacts arising from rapid urbanization. A holistic consideration of various urban systems critical to environmental sustainability will be highly regarded. For this category, we only have one winner, and the award goes to Ecological Planning of Nenjiangwan Wetland Park in Da'an City, Jilin Province by SCP Consultant Private Limited. Congratulations. The seventh category is Excellent in Planning for Health and Well-being. This award is for a plan that demonstrates its innovative approach and design solutions in integrating health and well-being of people in an urban development. Arising from the COVID-19 experience, it is time for urban planners and designers to rethink how planning should improve the ability of the cities, districts, neighborhoods, and communities to adapt and respond better to future pandemic. A bit of a disappointment here. This particular category, it is really a tough decision for the judge to look through, and they find it hard to actually award because the projects, the submissions couldn't meet some of the major criteria. So with that, they decided that there will not be any award for this category. Right. So we'll move on to the next category. The eighth category is excellent for planning for community engagement and social inclusiveness. This award is for a plan that demonstrates the significance of social inclusiveness in urban development, engages the communities as an integral part of the planning process, and produce tangible outcomes. The engagement of communities may include participatory design, feedback, and outreach through working sessions, meetings, workshops, and digital platform. For this category, we have one winner. The award goes to Kigali City Master Plan Review, Rwanda, by Sabana Jurong Consultant. Congratulations. The next category is for Excellent in Planning, driven by innovative urban solutions and technology. This award is for a plan that demonstrates the integration of innovation and smart solution in an urban development. This solution may include technologies and infrastructure that impact how people work, live, travel, and perform all other activities in their daily lives. The in-depth consideration of implementation will be highly regarded. We have only one winner for this category. The award goes to HDB Smart Hub, transforming Singapore's public housing into estates that learn, by HDB. Congratulations.
Okay, so the 10th category of awards is for the aspiring planners and designers in school. Yeah, so it's to recognize the work by the students. For this category, due to the capacity limits, the students are only joining us online, so they will not be coming up to receive the awards. But I need Wilfred to stay on. Yeah. Okay. The submission entries are, yeah. And the Gold Award goes to Simpang Symbiosis, Urban Planning for Simpang. This project is a refreshing scheme with innovative and implementable design propositions and the introduction of new kind of land use classification. It's a good attempt to deal with new living requirements for more green. The closed-loop economy is consistent and well presented throughout the entire master plan, and the outcome is highly commendable and puts forth a new town concept to look forward to. The students who submitted these schemes are, well, we were like that many years ago, right? Wang Jing, Gu Qianhua, Robin, Atira, Wang Yixuan, and Wang Shiyu. The professors are there, yeah. And yeah, congratulations to the students. The Silver Award goes to Experience by the Bay. The judges found this to be a graceful and imageable master plan that is well connected to the surrounding urban context, and the students also demonstrate good understanding and appreciation of the urban issues. The students are Iswari, Peng Yongxing, Lin Qiru, and Lin Chunzhi. Yeah, and also tributes to the professors in charge. The Bronze Award goes to Arboreal City. The Arboreal City puts forth a compelling narrative to quantify the effect of biophilic design at the urban scale. It produces an exciting cityscape that, despite challenging current zoning land use policies, the judges found that it can be quite implementable. So the students are Zhang Jingnan, Yang Yihui, Wang Xingyi, and Tsubasa Nakanishi. Yeah. The next scheme, also there are two schemes that the judges would like to specially mention. The first one is the Red Hill co-creating a museum of public housing. The concept of a living museum of Singapore's public housing is actually very interesting and has plenty of potential, not just in creating memorial public spaces, but also a public realm that is inclusive, vibrant, and conducive to community building. And congratulations to the students who submitted this scheme, Atira, Gu Qianhua, and Wang Yixuan. And the second project for special mention, which is actually the last project to win an award this evening, is Simpang 2040, a self-sustaining eco-living lab. This scheme also demonstrates very good sensitivity and suitability analysis, and the plan is underpinned by a strong concept of clustering, supported by strategies for self-sufficiency. Overall, urban structure, massing, and age treatment with nature are well thought out and put together. The students who submitted this scheme are Achisman, Chen Suting, Wen Ruiwen, Yang Jingdian, Zhang Xingyuan, and Zhang Yikai. Yeah.
All right, we have come to the last category, the 11th category. This award is to recognize outstanding contribution by planners below 40 years old towards the advancement of the planning profession in Singapore. The planner shows tenacity to go above and beyond to seek opportunity to demonstrate the role planners can play in shaping our urban environment. It is important that we ensure that we fuel the planning fraternity with new blood. We make a special video for the award nominees, and would like to present to you this evening. Let's have a look.
Hi, my name is Pebble.
My name is Derek.
My name is Andre.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Preeti Reddy, urban planner from Savannah, Jurong.
I'm an urban planner with Housing and Development Board. This is my 14th year in my job. I used to study geography back in NUS, but little did I know that I would end up being an urban planner now.
I'm an architect planner in the Research and Planning Group of the Housing and Development Board.
I am working at Savannah Jurong Consultant at the moment for about 10 years.
I've been in the planning profession since I joined HDB's Planning and Research Group 12 years ago after I graduated from NUS Architecture. What I really enjoy and appreciate about working on planning and urban design projects is that it gives me the opportunity to plan, design, and transform public realms into really meaningful and well-used spaces that many people can enjoy.
I enjoy the master planning process for future growth areas, where we plan for all towns to be self-sufficient, with a work, live, play, learn environment, and with a comprehensive range of amenities and facilities.
My biggest learning is that urban planning or city planning is a collective effort by the authorities, us the experts, and the residents of the city. Socially resilient plans that engage the poor and the vulnerable is extremely vital when planning in emerging economies. And this is where most of our projects are based. I am fortunate to be living in these cities and delivering these master plans. It is an exhilarating experience.
What I really love about this profession is the fact that I can meet a lot of new people, understand what they are thinking about, and therefore I can provide solutions for them.
Back in my day, urban planning wasn't something that was very common or very well known. So coming into this job of urban planning in HDB, it was something that I took on and got my hands dirty on the job. But I think every moment of it was very fulfilling and enriching because it's something that you can't really learn in school.
Alright, you may want to note that this is actually a new category on people and not project, focusing on these younger planners, very promising. They are all very outstanding, therefore the selection is also quite tough. However, we did have a winner, and the Young Planner of the Year is Derek Chi Cheng Hai. Congratulations. We would also like to give a special mention to another nominee. She is Preeti Reddy Golapalli. She's unable to join us today, but I'm sure she's watching online. Congratulations to Preeti. Right, thank you, Wilfred. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Yeah, well, just want you to know that Preeti is actually in Kigali, yeah, right now. Yeah. Okay, I think that with that we'll come to the end of our presentation. Huh? Yeah, but before we end, we also want to ask the winners to come on stage to have a group photo. In today's SMM, we cannot have a group photo. We need to divide into 3 batches. So maybe I can ask Yuning and Wilfred to come up first. At the 2 end, you know how that zigzag type one?
Yeah, so which means that we can only have 3 winners.
Yeah. So can I ask NCT, RSP, and My Heart to come up first? Yeah, but some of them have a few awards. SCP, right? No, no.
Is it staggering? Yeah, staggering.
Now become a V shape, like dancing like that.
Okay, okay,
yeah. I think maybe. You're too tall. You're too tall. Yeah. Second group. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Second group will be C3, HTB, and JTC. Yeah, Xiaoling. Xiaoling can stay in the center. I have to ask the SIP members who are online to stay on. We got the QR code so that you can get your CPD point. Okay, batch 3 will be SJ, SCP, and Derek. Derek. Wow. 4, right? Yeah.
Maybe we all take one step forward, yeah? Okay.
Just want to say thank you to them. Yeah. Thank you, Yuning. Thank you, Wilfred. Yeah. Once again, it's been a challenging time, but thank you all for still coming here and to make this event happen and make this event possible. Yeah. Yeah. And I think last
yeah,
QR code.
This is actually one of the most important things, CPD point.
2 points, huh? 2 points. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Good evening. Yeah, I'm sorry we couldn't give you dinner, but we end early so that you can go back for your dinner. Yeah. Thank you. See you again at the next award. Hopefully, we can maybe have a dinner and live streaming
Yes.
as well. Yeah.
But meanwhile, stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. Oh, yeah. We have prepared a small gift pack for you. So please remember to take it before you leave. And also for the award winners, we have the cert for your team. There's a team cert which you can collect with the team member's name. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good evening. Yeah. See you again. Oh, you need one more photo, right?
I need a couple of people to retake.